I can't wait to tell my staff. I'm so excited.
So we got 3 more weeks, and I have to send you your tickets so you can invite your guest.
Okay.
Okay, so we are streaming live now, Ms. Darcell. I have our Stoop Soirée Honoree with us, Mrs. Darcell Graham. Woo! So excited. Ms. Darcell, I have some questions for you, if you do not mind.
Absolutely not.
Now, am I saying your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay, Darcell Graham. And what's your role at Pratt, and where do you work?
Oh, I work for the Enoch Pratt Free Library, the wonderful Enoch Pratt Free Library in Baltimore City. And my current role is the Deputy Director of Public Services. And I know that can be a little bit confusing. And what it essentially is that I oversee everything that has to do with public, right? Public service, the programs, the collection, and all of our 22 locations.
Oh, wow. So are you from Baltimore, or, and
Very
if you
proud,
are, where?
Very proud. Very proud to have been raised and live in Baltimore. Very proud to be from the Park Heights community. Also a very proud graduate of Western Senior High School, a graduate of Baltimore City Community College, as well as the University of Baltimore.
Wow. So you are Baltimore through and through. And, you know, I know it's a very Baltimore question about the high schools. I learned that coming here. They're like, what high school did you go to?
That's the thing. What
So
high school you repping?
Yes.
And what side of town you repping?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I already know Western are the Doves.
Yes, right. You got it.
But yeah, what made you go and pursue a library science degree, and why did you come back to the city to work at Enoch Pratt?
Interesting, and thanks for asking that question. I want to say, since a kid, right? We have these things in our communities that really anchor us in those communities, and the library was that place for me. It helped to save me as a child. It gave me a safe place. It supported my educational endeavors when there was no other resources for me. And I think full circle, having come to work in the library kind of as a stop on my career, and having the former CEO, Dr. Carla Hayden, who is now in the Library of Congress, really highlight and pay attention and encourage me to go back and get my master's in library science. And then with the support of our current CEO, Heidi Daniel, has helped me to grow in my position. But I will say it all comes from the passion, right? From passion to help people, but more importantly, the passion to help those in Baltimore City is why I'm here.
So, you know, you said something, because Baltimore City produced, obviously, our Library of Congress librarian, which everyone knows, the great Carla. Like, I see her on the Mark Twain, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Carla Hayden. But people don't really know what has transpired since she has moved to the National Library of Congress. What has Enoch Pratt been doing since she's been gone? Because you've had leadership changes.
So I don't think we have enough time, but I'm going to highlight just a few things. So, you know, Heidi Daniel has been with us for a little over 5 years now. And since her time, we've done great programs to lessen the digital divide. And I mean, I think, you know, I always say we are changing the game in terms of access to resources and services in this city. And in the state, when it comes to public libraries, we provide access to Chromebooks, we provide hotspots, we provide a lot of access to like ebooks, and most importantly, what we do for our kids. That is the heart of kind of what we and how we support the Baltimore school system. So, you know, by providing such resources as online tutoring, we also run a program that will help people to get an actual high school diploma and another trade, and like hospitality management and a CNA license. So we do all of that. But we also do what I think is one of the most important things, and being in that community anchor, is provide support or help change that social impact in Baltimore City. We provide non-traditional access to resources like social worker in the library, We also have access to things like Lawyer in the Library, where we partner with the Maryland Library Legal Association and have them come in and do things like expungements and help people with housing and tenant rights. But we started this brand new partnership that I'm so excited about in our Penn North area that's called Peer Navigators. And what that is we have people on site at that branch to help people with that lived experience with substance and mental health. And they are on site connecting people to amazing resources that include Narcan, that include referrals for treatment, or that it just simply includes a listening and understanding ear. And so that is a great example of a non-traditional library resource.
Now, it seems like Pratt is doing a lot. Like, I know they canceled the signs. Like, so you have the books that we can traditionally know you for. Mm-hmm. And then you have you said free tutoring for Baltimore mm-hmm. City children?
Yes.
Free online tutoring.
Free online tutoring.
I just want to make sure because I got 5
free
kids.
Free online tutoring. And for parents like myself, who actually needs that support, especially coming out of a pandemic, all you need is a library card. And guess what? If you don't have one and you can't make it out, then you can go online and sign up for a virtual card that will give you access to it.
Okay, Miss, you selling it now, Ms. Darcell.
I'm trying.
I just want to make sure. I'm like, how is Pratt doing so many different programs? Like, how does it work? Are you a city agency? Are you a nonprofit? How is Pratt set up currently?
We're all those things plus, right? So we are a nonprofit. We are quasi city agency. Mr. Pratt made that gift in 1882 to the city of Baltimore. And as such, we are part of that city structure. We are also, which a lot of people don't know, also the state library for Maryland. So we have some additional support from the state of Maryland. And then we also have a lot of support from generous donors just around the city that makes a lot of our things like our public programs, which, oh my gosh, Jamia, we've had great thought-provoking speakers like Spike Lee, Anna DeVere Smith, a lot of authors, our very own Dee Watkins, that help support our programs like literacy throughout the year with Baltimore City Public Schools. Our summer programs last year, because of the pandemic and people couldn't come out or we weren't able to open up our doors, we did that subscription box where we sent you a book. We sent you other things every month to keep you engaged for entertainment value. I think we just show up when we're needed and when we're necessary.
Yeah,
and
Pratt
so
definitely shows up.
Yeah, I think, it was an honor for me to even get the acknowledgement from Baltimore Family Alliance. And I just want to say with a heartfelt, sincere thank you, because we do the work because we love the work and we love our city.
Now we're going to go back a little bit because you definitely have guest speakers. Y'all bring the heat when it comes to bringing the best nationally acclaimed speakers to Baltimore City. Who do you have planned for this year? Because I need to get my dates together.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff. So we have tonight at 7 p.m. we're having, if you have a Peloton, or you're very active, you might have heard of her, Tunde Oyuendo. She's a Peloton instructor. She's also a Nike brand ambassador, but she's also a woman that have not historically from the States, that brings a different perspective when it comes to obesity and wellness and health, and in particular to the African-American community, what it feels like not to be accepted. So we're excited about having her. We got some others upcoming. We're going to have Alicia Graza in June, who is the co-founder of Black Lives Matter. We're also going to have Stephanie Beatrice, who was in the Disney movie Encanto, who is an avid supporter of the LGBTQIA+ community. In October, we're also going to have Al Sharpton. So that's just a few. And we're still in the process of planning more as we are now back to in-person program. So Jamia, we would love to have you and many others come join us.
Oh, Baltimore Families is always ready. When you said Encanto, that was it, because we don't talk about Bruno around here. Now, what's your favorite, on a personal, your favorite food and your favorite drink?
Oh, Okay, so I'm Baltimore born and raised. I'm gonna say my favorite food is a crab cake.
That makes sense.
Right? I'm true to who I am. I would say something else, but people would be like, okay, so it's this carry out on the corner in the Park Heights community called Halal Foods, and I love their food as well. So I want to give them a special shout out. But my favorite drink is, I'm a very old school, so I like a nice cold beer.
A nice cold beer, definitely.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Baltimore crabs and beer. Oh,
it's amazing to me. Plain and simple. Doesn't take much.
My heart does go out to people that have allergies.
I know.
In Baltimore City. I don't know how it's possible, but my heart goes out to them. So outside of that, what is something we don't know about you that you would like us to know? And what's something we don't know about Pratt that we probably should know?
What's something about me? I already said where the neighborhood that I grew up in. Well, I think it's interesting because the one thing that I would like to do, other than to give back to my community, is that other people that look like me, other young women who were born into poverty, such as myself, with a teenage mom, to know that the possibilities are endless, right? And I think the one thing that connects me so strongly to the library is that it gave me a place to dream, right? I can go into a book and lose myself and see myself with endless possibilities. So if I could leave nothing else with the people that are watching, is that we all are able to overcome our current circumstance. And I don't want, when you look around and you see what's happening in the news, to influence or limit what your possibilities are. Yeah. So that's the one thing that I am always courageous enough to share. And I think for me, having that lived experience with family members suffering from substance abuse and HIV and poverty and homelessness, to know, right, that we shall overcome. And I believe that I'm an example of that. And I'm proud to say that, where I've come from and what I have been through. So for the Pratt Library, I want everybody to look at us just beyond books, and look at us for that place where we bring the community together to foster conversations, but also to support whatever you need and when you need us. A lot of our services, our programs are developed based on our community needs, and in each community. So Pennsylvania Avenue may look a little bit different than right up the street on the other end that we call our Walbrook branch. That may look a little bit different in our southeast area of the city. So we try to show up for our customers where they are. So if I could leave nothing else, when you think it's not possible in the library, it just may be, just ask.
I love that. And you know, it's interesting. Baltimore City is such a unique place because we are neighborhood differences. Like, I love that. I'm always amazed when you come here, and my family comes down from New York, obviously, and they're like, your neighborhood, I live in Chelsea, looks totally different.
Community of neighborhoods. Each individual neighborhood looks different.
Yes, even the houses, the way neighborhoods interact, the neighborhood store, everything looks completely different depending on where you are. And your experience will be completely different. So it's just always beyond me, like, how people are amazed when they come here. At first they're like, oh, where are we going? Then they're like, wait, I can get crabs. Wait, you know, your neighbor talks to you, because, you know, in New York, ain't nobody talking to anybody. They're like, wait, your neighbor knows your name? They look out for your house? Yes, we look out for each other. We are neighbors. But I wanted to ask you another quick follow-up question about your partners at Pratt. You mentioned Rexham Park and City Schools. How do you partner with those two agencies?
So we have several programs that we work with the city schools on. We have one called One Book Baltimore that is a fantastic program with a great sponsor, T. Rowe Price, where we provide, it's a literacy initiative with 7th and 8th graders throughout all Baltimore schools, middle schools, where we select a book. And that's a committee of teachers and librarians and community advocates. And this book is usually around a theme that supports the 7th and 8th graders. This year, We did a book around resilience, and we bring in that author who have those conversations in school visits and talk to the kids. And then we capstone that with a year, an ending program where the students actually perform different elements of the book and what that book meant to them. So that's a great example. But our summer programs, where we do summer reading, where we help to combat the summer slide that students experience when they're out of school. So that's one way. We do the same thing with our partners at Recs and Parks, where we go into the camps and we provide story times and that literacy initiative in that piece. And then we have other partners that are non-school or teen or youth related, like the health department, where we recently gave out, 17,000 masks and over 14,000 home COVID test kits during the height of the pandemic. So it's trying to create and connect our communities to those resources. And because we are in 22 areas of the city, our impact and our reach is great.
Awesome. And the last question for today is, how can we support Pratt? I know the Black and White Party is coming up. If you don't know,
you coming?
I have no choice. It's one of the biggest parties. I got to get my tickets. Tickets on the public go on sale this Thursday, I believe.
Yeah.
How much are tickets? Do you know? I know you get it for free, but
right. I don't know. Isn't it usually between 50 or so? I think
it used to be. I don't know if this year is.
And this
different.
Is our first one we've had since the pandemic, so it's going to be different. Right?
I know.
So yeah, you can always support. There's on our website if you want to do a financial donation. But I would say for us that work in public service, we're here to help you. And so if you just show up and utilize and access our buildings and call and ask us questions, come in and use our resources, that's how you help.
Awesome.
Right? So we just want to spread the word. So we have something for you. We probably have something for your neighbor and something for a relative. So spread the word.
You're awesome, Ms. Darcell. Thank you so much for taking time with us today and just letting our members know how much.
Jamia, thank you so much. And again, thank you to Baltimore Family Alliance for just honoring and acknowledging the work that we do here at the Pratt Library.
We love you guys. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.